The heartbeat of competition, the drama of the moment. This is NASCAR on McBlam Racing.
It's summertime fun time here at the racetrack, and it's just how you expect it out here in the Midwest. Hot and humid, with drivers whose tempers match the temperatures. Welcome, race fans, to Gander Outdoors Truck Series Racing here at Chicagoland for today's running of the Camping World 225. I'm your commentator and driver of the number 54 N29 Technologies Toyota Tundra for David Gilliland Racing, Mikey McBlam. And we are back for more mile-and-a-half mayhem here in Joliet. So far, we've been able to master the master of the mile-and-a-halves. 2 straight wins at Texas and a dominating performance at Vegas and Kansas. But unlike those tracks, we have a lot more racing surface to work with here. And you can bet that this band of hooligans is going to cover every inch of this wide mile-and-a-half oval that wants to be a 2-miler. The question remains is who can find the fastest groove around here on the road to victory lane. We're just moments away from finding out. So let's rack them up and get ready to do some NAS trucking in the Midwest. Alright, the field is set for truck racing here in the Midwest. Jennifer Jo Cobfield pre-race inspection. She's going to be starting at the back of the field, along with Dylan Lupton, a DGR racing teammate. We failed optical scanning station, so he's going to be starting at the back. Unfortunate for DGR, but it won't affect our position of P10 on the outside lane. Ross Chastain and Stuart Friesen is going to lead this band of hooligans to the line. Green flags in the air. Let's bring the noise at Chicago. First lap is complete. Matt Crafton has been making moves. Grant Enfinger has been making moves through the middle of the racetrack. We finally got through on the bottom there. Had to go all the way down to the apron to try to get around these guys. They were just so slow in front of us. Nothing we could really do about it. We moved our way into the 6th position. Enfinger moves into the 4th position. Now looking to get around Stuart Friesen, who's fallen back to 3rd. 24 Brett Moffitt has taken over the race lead, but I'm not sure how long he's going to have it. Ross Chastain's challenging for that position. We got loose and had to chase it up the hill, up the racetrack. Tyler Dipple's going to take advantage of that, get to our inside. Racing side by side down the back straightaway. Grant Enfinger has gotten around Stuart Friesen, now looking to challenge Brett Moffitt for the 2nd spot. We got side-by-side battle for the lead up there. 5 laps to go. Ross Chastain takes over the race lead, but here comes Grant Enfinger. Rhodes gets to the inside of Tyler Dipple. And we get a big run off of 2 that time. Nowhere to really take it. Our teammate gives us some room, so we go to the inside of Tyler Dipple. Grant Enfinger is kind of pushing the 45 up into the lead. Grant Enfinger goes to the 2nd spot. Crafton and I banging doors down the front stretch. Can we make anything work here? Crafton looks to the inside of Benjamin Rhodes. We're side by side with our teammate Tyler Ankrum. Crafton moves into the top 5. Benjamin Rhodes falls in behind him. Nowhere to really go. We have to let our teammate go. Crossover down to the inside. Hopefully make something work now. 3 laps to go in stage number 1. Grant Enfinger has taken over the race lead. Grant Enfinger most likely might have the truck to beat here. Ooh, we got really loose off of 2 that time. So we're trying to work our way to the inside of Benjamin Rhodes. He was not letting that position go quietly. I don't blame him. He is on the outside looking in, trying to get his way into the playoffs. But he's going to need more than a top 10 to be able to work his way in there, as we're now catching up to Matt Crafton. Looking to the outside, Crafton shuts the door on us. We give him a bump. Work our way to his inside, and Grant Enfinger is just taking off, man. He is just completely gone. Ross Chastain trying to hold off Brett Moffitt for second now. Stuart Friesen chilling in fourth place. Might be able to get fourth place away from him right here. We're side by side down the back straightaway. And here comes Enfinger off of turn number 4 with a hard charge. He is going to win stage number 1. Followed by Brett Moffitt, Ross Chastain. We finish the stage in 4th. Stuart Friesen is going to round out the top 5 for the stage. Then we have Matt Crafton, our teammate for DGR, Tyler Ankrum. Benjamin Rhodes finishes 8th, Johnny Soller in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is going to be Tyler Dipple. So, our right sides were wearing down quite a bit there. I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and come down pit road, take 4 tires, go ahead and start at the back. These guys are not going to pit. So, if we take 4 tires, fuel, start at the back of the field, we'll be able to work our way back up and possibly be able to get ourselves some more stage points and possibly a stage win. We'll have to see. Travis Quapple and Parker Klickerman had the same idea. But here we go. Green flag in the air. Stage 2 is underway. Grant Enfinger is going to lead him to the line. Okay. We work our way to the outside of Haley Deegan. Time that just right so that we didn't make any passes before the line. Now to the outside of Mason Massey. 3 wide off turn number 2. Ooh, do we have any room? Scraping the wall to get by Rafael Assard. Driving around the outside of our best buddy Clay Greenfield. Grant Enfinger is still there up front. Meanwhile, we're playing the Kyle Busch simulator. Dylan Lupton has worked his way from the back of the field all the way up to 18th. So he's on a move. Not quite on the same move we're on. Got into the back of Todd Gilliland just a little bit there. Trying to give him a pass. Trying to give him a push by Austin Hill. He didn't seem to want to go there, so had to go ahead and drive around him. We're already up to 14th just after a couple of laps there. Grant Enfinger is just taken off. He is just in a zip code of his own right now. We're going to work our way inside of Spencer Boyd to get ourselves into the top 10. Yeah, full-on Kyle Busch simulator right here. Times 2, most likely. Alright, they're 3 wide back here. Oh, man. Ross Chastain came down just a little bit. That could have been disastrous, but we managed to avoid him. We're into the top 5. Inside of Friesen. Friesen goes to the top of the racetrack. Matt Crafton stays up there as well. We're going to work our way into the 2nd spot. Now trying to hunt down the 98 of Grant Enfinger. Enfinger's been putting on a clinic here so far. Caution is out and the stage is over. Grant Enfinger wins the stage, followed by ourselves. Matt Crafton, Stuart Friesen, Brett Moffitt, top 5. Tyler Ankrum, Harrison Burton, Ben Rhodes, Johnny Sauter, and Spencer Boyd all getting stage points. Stage 1 goes to Grant Enfinger. Alright, so I know I just came down pit road, but we're going to go ahead and do it again. Like, the whole purpose was so I wasn't out on these old tires for very long. But we're going to go ahead and come down pit road, pit with everybody else, possibly gain a position. Yes, we do, because our pit crew is absolutely awesome. First 2 spots change hands. Here we go. Stage 3 is underway. Green flags in the air. Restart gear engaged as we pull a huge gap on Grant Enfinger. Down into turn 1. Little loose coming off of 2, but that's okay. The question is, how long before these guys are actually able to catch us? Breathe on the throttle a little bit through turns 3 and 4. Slide up to the wall here. Leading our first lap here at Chicagoland. Oh boy, it got really, really, really tight there. Had to chase it all the way up the hill. It just got really, really tight. Yeah, truck is really, really tight right now, but that's okay. It'll most likely loosen up as the run goes on. Halfway, I don't know what our spotter said there. It sounded like he said we were coming to the caution flag. That just sounded weird. I don't know. I don't know. That sounded weird. I swear it sounded like he said we were coming to the caution flag. But here comes the 98 of Grant Enfinger. Enfinger, who's been a powerhouse all race long. Boy, got a little bit loose there. Trying to protect our position. Grant Enfinger had to get out of the gas. That gives the advantage to Brett Moffitt. Moffitt's going to look to the inside, but can't get there before we shut the door. Here comes Matt Crafton charging through the middle. 3 wide off of 2 for second. Matt Crafton, the master of the mile and a half, he wants the challenge. And here he comes. Matt Crafton on the bottom of the racetrack. We're running the middle. 18 laps to go in the race. We have bested the master of the mile and a half several times. Several times this year we have bested Matt Crafton. Matt Crafton has been looking out his windshield multiple times at this 54 truck. You can rest assured that he's probably a little bit tired of that and wants some retribution. Well, but he's not going to do it if he's running all the way up there, giving the advantage to Brett Moffitt. Moffitt moves into the second spot now. Side by side. Looks like Moffitt's going to clear him off of turn number 2. We're starting to pull away on these guys. As long as they were battling back there, that just helped us out all the more. All the more. And as the tires wear, obviously our truck's going to be much better. 16 laps to go in the race. Yeah, we're going to have to start searching for a different line here shortly. So the bottom does not feel as good. The bottom has not really felt good all day. But I know that's where I have to go to protect my position, because if I run anywhere else, then we're kind of screwed in that regard. The middle seems kind of nice. I might try the top here in a little bit, just to see if we can find any more speed without losing the handling so much. No. Yeah, you see, as soon as we get back in the throttle, it starts to get loose. Having to battle it off of turn number 2, and turn number 4 for that matter. Alright, looks like we pulled quite a decent gap on the 24. Probably a good 2 seconds as of right now. 14 laps to go in the race. 8 laps on fuel. And we're going to try up here. See how this feels. Start. Okay, still a little bit loose. Might have to move up a little bit more. Yeah, so we're about 2 seconds ahead of Brett Moffitt. Matt Crafton sitting comfortably in third, 2.6 back now. Ankrum's up in the top 5, so a good run for him. Grant Enfinger, after winning both stages, currently sitting 5th. So I don't know if he's got any of that speed left in the truck. Maybe he used his stuff up too early. These guys, Brett Moffitt, Crafton, and Ankrum, were just able to get their truck more hooked up. And looks like the top is pretty good. Like middle top is actually pretty good so far. But yeah, it looks like these other trucks up here. Oh, I got a little bit too overzealous in that corner. A little bit too overzealous there. That's okay though. Yeah, I'm thinking that Moffitt, Crafton, and Ankrum, they all kind of made some adjustments on the pit stop, got their truck a little bit more hooked up, and were able to contend and get around Grant Enfinger. So right now it's just myself out here in the lead. We have the 24 and the 88 behind me in their own little group. Woo. Having to chase it down the racetrack a little bit there. You have the 24 and the 88 behind me. And then we have the 17 and the 98 in their own little group. And it's possible that lap traffic might play a factor. 10 laps to go in the race, 4 laps left in the tank. Or rather, about 4.5 left, but I'm probably not going to push it that far. Trying to be as ginger as I can coming off of the turn. We've got about a 5-second lead, so there's no need to really push this truck any more than it needs to be pushed. I'm honestly surprised. I was thinking like Grant Enfinger was going to be a problem this whole race. I did not expect to get out to the lead and pull away like I did. But I think this is really something more to do with the qualifying in the race in these games than anything else. Because if I'm this fast, I should have definitely qualified in the top 5. I qualified 10th, which is higher than normal, but I still should have got a top 5. Maybe top 3. If I'm this fast and able to pull away like this, yeah, definitely. Okay. Catching up to Hailie Deegan now. Looks like lap traffic is going to start playing a factor. My gosh. Woo! Had to chase it all the way down there. Yeah, that right rear is crying right now. Catching up to Hailie Deegan. We'll work our way around her. I hate to put you 1 lap down, girl, but I gotta go. Yeah, so there's pretty much nowhere we can really run right now that's not hampering our right rear tire. All right, so I'm going to take 4 tires and fuel because I'm pretty sure a caution is going to come out. I am 95% sure a caution is going to come out, so I'm just going to go ahead and take 4 tires and fuel. I'm glad I made it to green flag pit stops at least, but I'm pretty sure a caution is going to come out. Maybe just enough fuel to make it to the end. I think fuel does add time. I'm not 100% sure, though. Yeah, I think fuel does add time, so I'm just going to take enough fuel to get to the end. And then 4 tires. No problem. And like I said, like clockwork, man. It's like clockwork. Alright. Looks like Chastain got out ahead of us. Lessard, I think all these guys were going a lap down, though. So, yeah, we are going to not pit. So obviously we got some guys that have already come down pit road. And it's got us in cockpit view. We're not going to stay here. Green flags in the air for the final restart of the race. 3 laps to go. Had to figure out which button it was so I could... I had to figure out which button it was. I didn't know which one it was. I don't change views very often in this game, so... Yeah, we had a big jump on the start there. So I'm willing to bet these guys did not take tires. And this is why I took tires. This is exactly why I took tires. 2 laps to go. Okay. No need to really hold back now. I'm going to run this middle line and try not to get loose off the corner. All right, here we go. No pressure from behind as we're coming off turn 4. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Felt like we could have had a victory last year here at Chicagoland. Wasn't able to make it work. But you know what? The 54 truck has been good to us all year long. Like I said, we have been the master of the mile and a halves, taking over the name from Matt Crafton, and we're going to master this mile and a half here at Chicago. We win the Camping World 225.
All right, let's go.
It was actually questionable. It was questionable. Grant Enfinger had the truck to be all race long, but it seemed like as soon as we got out front, nobody had anything for us. Nobody had anything for us. We just drove right away from these guys. Had a little bit of a challenge, but it wasn't enough. And that is our Sunoco race winning moment. Alright guys, so here are the race results for the Camping World 225 here at Chicagoland Speedway. We win our whatever number of races that we've won this season. But we got our next win of the season, followed by Brett Moffitt in the 24. Third is our teammate Tyler Ankrum. Fourth is Johnny Sauter. Fifth, and rounding out the top 5 is Harrison Burton. We have Matt Crafton, the master of the mile and a half. Wasn't able to master this one, coming in 6th. Dylan Lupton, who rallied all the way back from last place to finish in the top 10. He finishes 7th. GG teammate. Grant Enfinger, who swept the stages, finishes 8th. Tyler Dipple in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Spencer Boyd. Good run for Spencer Boyd. Here is the rest of the field where you can pick out your favorite truck driver. Let's see, old teammate finished 21st. Haley Deegan actually rallied back to finish 27th after going a lap down. She actually got back on the lead lap and managed to get around some of these other guys. Josh Remy, Ralphie Lassard, Corbin. Oh well, Josh Remy and Ralphie Lassard finished 1 lap down, but Corbin Forrester had problems. He finishes 7 laps down, and Stuart Friesen, who was likely the cause of one of. Stewart's having some trouble, man. Stewart's having some serious trouble. That's unfortunate. This is not good for his championship run. And Ross Chastain was definitely a heartbreaker there because he started on the pole. And he's, man, rough. It's rough for Ross Chastain right now. Grant Enfinger logs the fastest lap of the race with a 31.3. We led the most laps of the race, 23 laps led. Wow. I mean, it was pretty much the entire last stage. Dylan Lupton on the move, started almost dead last, finished 7th. And tough break, again, goes to Ross Chastain, who started on the pole and finished last place. So it's not looking good for Ross Chastain right now. There's some kind of glitch going on here. Nobody should be mad at me right now. Unless they're just mad that they're losing all of these races, to which I understand. But, get good, mate. See, Tyler knows what's up. I'm not 100% about the pool party. Depends on what time that is. I do have a cup race this weekend, Tyler. So we gotta work out that schedule and everything. But, as long as it's after, we're good to go. And here are the point standings after Chicagoland. We're still in the points lead by a hefty amount, just constantly increasing that lead, but not by much. Not by much. We got not too much of a lead, 36 points over Matt Crafton, who's in second. Third is Brett Moffitt. We got Ross Chastain. Harrison Burton rounds out the top 5. Stuart Friesen, Stuart Friesen still in the still in the hunt here. And then we have Grant Enfinger, our teammate Tyler Ankrum, Todd Gilliland, and Tyler Dipple will round out the top 10. Where is our other teammate? Dylan Lupton currently running 18th. Okay, he's moving up. He's not doing as poor as he was before. So he's been on the move lately. So like I said, those team building exercises have been working really well. Let's go ahead and switch to the playoff standings. We're still in the lead. We got Brett Moffitt. Ross Chastain still is locked in, along with Grant Enfinger, our teammate. Matt Crafton has dropped all the way back to 6th. Harrison Burton is still up in here, and Stuart Friesen is good by about 46 points. So he's still doing all right. But he can't afford to be having too many bad races like Chicagoland. He can't afford to have too many races like that. But yeah, like I said, Todd Gilliland, 46 points out. Tyler Dipple, not very far. He's only 47 points out. Sheldon Creed is still kind of in the running there, along with Johnny Sauter and Austin Hill. It's a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was kind of really be a blowout. I'm pretty sure Austin Hill's kind of done at this point. But I mean, Sauter, Gilliland, Dipple, Creed, all it takes is some good races and some bad races and just a win here or there. And we're going to Kentucky. Kentucky's pretty much anybody's guess who's going to win. I don't think it's going to be us though. But yeah, Ben Rhodes, Christian Eckes. Felt like Ben Rhodes already had a win, but maybe that was I'm just mistaken, obviously. Christian Eckes, Gus Dean, Austin Wayne Self, and Dylan Lupton all need wins to make it into the show. So, like I said, Kentucky is going to be the next race that you see. I believe it's going to be Kentucky, and then I think it's might be Kentucky and then Pocono. I think that's the next 2 races. Might be wrong there, but I think it's Kentucky and then Pocono. But obviously, we have a hot seat. This hot seat's not going to really show up until July. So, and I'm not racing that car for obvious reasons. I'm not racing that car, but we do have a hot seat at Iowa. Iowa's pretty fun, but unfortunately I got to take care of it right now. I wish the schedule kind of lined up the way it was supposed to, but unfortunately I got to take care of this right now. But yeah, we're obviously not racing that car for obvious reasons, so we won't discuss that. But the truck was just fast. It was fast. It was loose as all get out, but it was a fast truck. A very, very fast truck. The setups, like I said, always in the description down below. Delta Force Agency, check them out. And on occasion, I do use one from Knee Pit Gaming or something, but 9 times out of 10, it's usually Delta Force Agency and just kind of tweaked from there. But loose as all get out, but man, what a fast truck. What a fast truck. I felt like, as soon as we had started the race and we're going like we're not even getting on the throttle up until the exit of the corner. I'm like, oh, I've got these guys. I just had to be patient. And then that's all the name of the game is. It's just like, you just got to be patient. You can't run the outside lane, unfortunately. Still, one day, the game's going to get it right. And I feel like Kansas is one of those that it does have it right. But one day, they're going to get the games right where the outside lane works. Where it works, you can run the outside line. One day they're going to get it right. I have yet to see. Well, no. Let me rephrase that. I would probably say the Eutechnics games have actually. I know, right? I'm going to praise the Eutechnics games, but yeah, you can actually run the outside lane and make the outside lane work and make it actually a bit competitive. So you can pass on the outside You can pass on the outside here as well, but I mean, like, you're going to be passing cars that are definitely slower than you. I mean, if you're trying to pass somebody, like if you're racing for a top 5, unless you're waiting for their tires to wear, you're not passing them on the outside. So, but yeah, fast truck. I obviously I have nothing to complain about. Probably just need to do some tweaking on there to try to get the truck not so loose, because we're going to have to be going back there eventually. We're going to be going back to Chicagoland again one day, but yeah, I'm gonna have to make some adjustments there so that we're not so wrecking loose, especially for longer races, which it might be more of a problem. So just gotta keep that in mind. And yeah, we're dominating, man. And there's not many races left. Not many races left in the season. Oh wait, toggle series always showing me Xfinity. Toggle series, yeah. So yeah, not many races left at all. I mean, we've got Kentucky, and then I believe we have Pocono and Eldora, and then Michigan. And that's the last race. So, and then we're in the quote-unquote playoffs. I hate that name, but we're in there now. So there's not many races left in the regular season. I'm interested to see how the regular season point standings is going to turn out. But yeah, not many races left, man. And it's been a season. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I don't want to call my I don't want to count my chickas before they hatch, because I could literally have a Kevin Harvick season where I mess up one race and then all of a sudden we don't go to Homestead. So it's like, that could totally happen. So, but in my eyes, I'll always be the best. So for this series, I'm not saying for any other series, just for this particular series and this particular season, I'm definitely the best out there. So anyway, guys, that's all I got. There's not a lot to talk about. Not a lot to talk about. So once again, thank you guys so much for tuning into the Ganders Outdoors Truck Series racing here on McBlam Racing. If you enjoy these races, I do them every weekend following the Camping World Trunk Series IRL. So be sure to subscribe, leave a like on the video, leave your comments down below. Comment the hypeness down below, because I always love reading the comments. And like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you at Kentucky.